Now students, let us come to this cyclic method. Here in the example, the number of team is given 7, and as you know, the formula for the single league tournament is n minus 1 upon 2, and if you put a number of teams 7 into the formula, then the total number of matches will be 21. And if you have to make a 7 team, we have to presume that 7 teams names are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And here, if you have to make the fixture in the cyclic method, the number of rounds will be formula will be n minus 1. N means the number of team minus 1 is equal to the total number of matches, means n minus 1 means the number of team is 7 minus 1 is equal to 6. So here only 6 round will be played, and being an odd number, so we have learned that to this odd numbers bye has to be given in the fixture. But here the bye giving process is different than the knockout tournament that you have learned before. So here you have to draw a fixture. First you have to make it a point that how many rounds will be there. So you will make rounds first, round 1 2 3 4 5 6 rounds, because the formula, as I have told you, n minus 1 means 7 minus 1 is equal to 6 rounds. So you have to place the team, as you can see in the round 1, that all the numericals are set in a sequence 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and after that a bye is there on the right hand side on the top. So if you can see, bye in all the 6 rounds, byes are there on the right hand side, and 6 rounds are there, that's why you have to give 6 byes. And in the same way you can see the arrows are showing the direction. So in the first round 7 is on the top, in the second round 6 comes on the top, and the 7 jumps over bye and come below bye in second round, and after that the same sequence continues. In the same way, third round if you go, the 6 is jumping over bye and making a rotation and coming below bye, and after that the same sequence is being followed, and on the top it is 5 in round 3. In the same manner, the round 4, the fourth team comes on the top, and fifth jumps over the bye and come below it, and in the same way the fifth round and the sixth round is completed. But in this you have to make sure that the bye which is fixed on the right hand side on the top will have a fixed place, because here the number of bye that you give will not be as per the formula, but it will be a fixed method by which only 6 byes will be given, because rounds are 6 in it. In the same way, you have to make for other teams. If it is even team, then instead of in place of bye, the even number, suppose 8th team, that 8th team will be fitted into. So in place of even teams, the bye will not be written, and in place of when it is odd, then bye has to be given. So 6 byes are to be given, and if you see that byes are given to not all team, because one is left out. Team 1 is left out because it is in the system. So if you place another number, then another bye to some other team might have got. So it depends upon the placement of the team. Suppose if you started round 1 with 7, you could start with round 6 also. But make sure when you make this kind of cyclic method fixture, then below by you should write 1 so that a sequence is maintained, and in the same way you can make the fixture in the cyclic method. Dear students, before you make this staircase method and cyclic method, some of the important points you have to keep in mind. Suppose if the number of matches to be played in the double league, then as I told you that the formula for the double league is n minus 1, and if the number of teams are 8, if you fit into the formula, then the number of matches will be 56. So each team will be playing 2 matches with every other team. So the total number of matches will be 56. Second, following points to be implemented when doing the round robin system, which is league. Number of rounds to be played. Number of rounds will be, you have to subtract from the number of teams. So if total numbers of teams are 8, then 7 rounds will be played in the tournament. As I told you, then the formula for the number of rounds in the round robin system, it is n minus 1. It will come, the number of rounds will be given, and if the number of teams participating is odd, the number of rounds will be same as number of teams. Means if 8 teams are there, 8 rounds would be played. Now we come to the procedures of deciding the winners in the league tournament. So the winner is decided on the basis of the points scored by the respective teams in the following manner. For a win, 2 points are awarded. For a defeat, no points awarded, 0. For a match draw, 1 point to each team is awarded. Means both the teams get 1 point each. There are 2 ways of deciding the league winner. First method is British method, and the second method is American method. In British method, in this, the total points scored by the teams are divided by the total possible points. For example, total points of a team from the matches they win, lost or draw is 14. Out of total 10 matches or 20 points, the percentage of points will be 14 divided by 20 into 100 is equal to 70%. So as per the British method, the percentage will be 70%. This is one way of deciding the winner. Secondly, it is American method. In this method, the percentage of matches won is calculated. For example, any team who has won 5 matches out of 10 matches it played in a tournament will be 50%. The percentage of matches, how it will be shown? 5 divided by 10 into 100, that is 50%. In this way, the percentage of all the teams are calculated to decide the winner and runners up.